Yeah, my name's Mike, Lindsay from Cheek Mountain Thief, which is a project based in Iceland. We're in Eastleigh, my hometown, where I come from.
Okay, that's why you started your tour here.
My whole family is here, they've never seen me do anything, and I haven't really played here, so... and the Icelanders have definitely never been here, so...
No. Oh, that explains it.
Mm.
Okay, well, welcome back.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. So, by the way, it's full.
Is it?
Yeah, the foyer's heaving.
Right.
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, very
Cool.
good. So, can you explain why you went to Iceland?
Yeah, it's a bit of a story. It involves a girl that I met about 6 years ago in Germany at a show that we were playing, and I'm in a band called Tunng.
Yes,
and okay, right.
Yeah.
And she's amazing. And I invited myself to Reykjavik for a week over New Year's Eve 6 years ago, and it was just this unforgettable kind of experience of crazy sort of fireworks and drinking shots of like fisherman's friend flavoured stuff and amazing people, and I just had a great week, and I never really forgot that. But we didn't sort of hang out for about 4 years until Tunng went to Reykjavik to play at Airwaves Festival in 2010.
Yeah.
So then me and Harpa hooked up again, and
Is that the girl's name?
yeah, she just started showing me all these amazing parts of Iceland, and one of them was Húsavík, which is this sort of small fishing town in the north, where she comes from, and her parents own all these wooden cabins that are empty all winter until tourists come and rent them out to go whale watching or something like that. And we went to this cabin in December, and it was just beautiful, like opposite the Cheek Mountains, the Kinnafjall. And I got back to London, and all I wanted to do was go back there, really. So I went there for 2 months in March 2011 and started to make this record. And the plan was not what it's become. The plan was just me hanging out, electronic music, laptop. But I ended up meeting all these brilliant musicians and drinking partners and people to hang out with, who I've just brought here, and the record came out 2 weeks ago, and yeah, that's kind of mainly the story. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it carries on because I've ended up living in Iceland permanently, and we got engaged and we're getting married and stuff. So yeah.
That's fantastic. Do you think the fact that you did all those things in some way makes you so well suited to living in Iceland?
Well, I think there's a few things involved, and one of them was that I've been living in London for 13 years, and it's nice to get out of London, and Iceland's like the complete opposite of London. I mean, even Reykjavik, where I live now, is only 120,000 people, and there's more in Eastleigh, I think, where we are today, and but it's got the best bits of sort of London, and they're amazing musicians and great artists, and really great characters and intelligent people. I think it's just completely addictive to once you get there to sort of stay. There's a great music scene out there, and they all have a different flavour, but they all have one thing in common, which is this otherworldliness within their tunes, and vocal style and everything. And they're born in, and live in this, kind of prehistoric, magical wonderland, and they are still really proud of their landscape and talk about it a lot, or the people I know anyway. So yeah, it probably seeps in more than a basement in East London does,
That's exactly the word that I was thinking, that it seeps in. It's almost as if the landscape is described in the music, even though the music's not about it.
Yeah. I think you're right. I mean, it makes a lot of sense, and if you go there, and if you go to where I've just made this record, all of the landscape's completely seeped in, but not necessarily lyrically, although it does. But I was, confronted by these mountains and hot springs and, fishing boats the whole time, and living, and it was winter, so living in this sort of wooden kind of quite nice cabin, but it's just like creaking, shaking, you know, couldn't even open the doors because the wind was so much, and they only have one pub in Husavik, and in winter it's only open on Saturdays, so you meet the whole village, you know, every Saturday, and that's how I met the bands, and they're amazing musicians. The drummers, like Gunni, is I already heard about him before I went there, and someone told me he was like the third best drummer in Iceland, which I found really funny because it's like, well, who are the other two drummers? But he's amazing, yeah, and he's just sort of, you know, lives there and works in the fish factory, and you know, so it was a inspirational time just because of the people as well as the landscape and stuff.
I can't wait to hear your music.
Yeah, well, I hope I haven't bigged it up too much. You know, I mean, it's a very personal album. It evolved all the time I was there, and you know, and songs evolved and people evolved. There was a whole they're not here, but marimba school, African marimba school, in this fishing town in North Iceland. All the kids have to learn how to play marimba, and the music teachers go out to Mali and came back with all these marimbas, and I just found that amazing, you know. And so I got them on the record, and it's a sort of journey and a tale of my experiences in Husavik, really.